Hello friends, this is the Urdu Free Thinker. In this video, we will see that the Quran hurls insults and curses its opponents. Muslims believe that the Quran is the word of God, the all-knowing, all-wise, omnipotent creator of the universe. Muslims also believe that the Quran is a work of extraordinary eloquence, poetry, wisdom, and knowledge. In fact, the Quran itself claims to be a book of wisdom and knowledge. Wal-Qur'an al-Hakim, by the wise Quran. But it will come to a surprise to many that the Quran has an entire chapter dedicated to cursing and insulting a particular individual. This person is Abu Lahab, the uncle of the Prophet Muhammad. According to Islamic tradition, Abu Lahab was a staunch critic and opponent of his nephew, and his wife was also an opponent of Prophet Muhammad's prophetic mission. One day, Prophet Muhammad climbed a hill and called upon the tribes and his fellow kinsmen, and upon hearing Muhammad's calls, they gathered around the base of the hill, and then Muhammad announced to his people, "If I told you that an enemy is going to attack you in the morning or in the evening, would you believe me?" The people said, "Yes, we will believe you." And then Muhammad said, "I am a warner to you in the face of a terrible punishment, or the day of judgment." This angered Abu Lahab, who felt as though his time has been wasted listening to his nephew's claims of prophethood. Abu Lahab then angrily responded, "May you perish! Is it for this thing that you have gathered us?" Although there is no record of Muhammad responding to his uncle at that moment, but it is interesting that an entire chapter of the Quran emerges soon after this incident to respond to Abu Lahab's insult. This chapter is Al-Masad, or chapter 111. Tabbat yada Abi Lahabin wa tab. May the hands of Abu Lahab be ruined, and ruined is he. Ma aghna anhu maluhu wa ma kasab. His wealth will not avail him, or that which he gained. Sayasla naran dhata lahab. He will burn in a fire of blazing flame. وَامْرَأَتُهُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَطَبِ. And his wife, the carrier of firewood. فِي جِيدِهَا حَبْلٌ مِّن مَّصَدٍ. Around her neck is a rope of twisted fiber. This chapter gets very dark, cruel, and very personal. Abu Lahab is condemned for eternity to suffer the torment of hellfire, to burn, to have his skin roasted and blister, his flesh melt, and his blood boil. According to the Quran, after skins are roasted in hell, skins are renewed again for another cycle of torment. This is the Quran's punishment for Abu Lahab. And his wife is also condemned. She is imagined as being forced to carry firewood to supply the flames that consume her husband, while having a rope of thorns or twisted fiber around her neck as she does so. Are these really the words of God, the all-wise creator of the universe? Even if we assume that there is indeed some kind of a creator and intelligent origin of the universe, why would this entity be concerned over a petty argument between two people in a corner of the Milky Way galaxy, in a tiny and insignificant mediocre planet in 7th century Arabia? Does the cry, "May your hands break," sound like words of wisdom? The author of the Quran clearly feels human emotions, anger, hatred, and utter contempt for Abu Lahab. How can we assume that this all-powerful, all-wise creator somehow has human emotions? Anger, hatred, jealousy are all negative human emotions, and these emotions are not sources of wisdom. In fact, most well-established philosophical schools of thought will argue that anger is in fact the end of wisdom, the end of intellectuality. Quoting Marcus Aurelius, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it?" But it seems that the author of the Quran in this chapter has completely discarded reason and is hurling insults and imagining immense suffering and torture to someone they know. This sounds like coming from someone who has narcissistic personality disorder. According to the DSM-5, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders that is released by the American Psychiatric Association, narcissistic personality disorder is defined by people who have grandiose sense of self-importance, are preoccupied with fantasies of unlimited success and power, believe that they are special and unique like a prophet, and require excessive admiration, etc., etc. Narcissistic personality disorder is shared by many cult leaders. One should look at modern cult leaders like David Koresh, who believed himself to be the final prophet of Davidian Seventh-day Adventist Church. He manipulated his followers, took many wives, including underage girls, and he even married the wife of one of his closest followers. Muhammad, like any prophet and cult leader, claimed to have special power, a special and secret medium or channel of communication with God that isn't available to anyone else. He claimed to predict and prophesize the doomsday or the end of times. He wanted to be admired, and Muslims today in their 5 daily prayers admire him and give blessings to him. And he took many wives and even married the wife of his adopted son. When narcissistic personalities are challenged with criticism such that they believe their true inner self may be revealed, then they suffer from narcissistic injury. This gives them a fit of rage, and they often succumb to terrible thoughts and ideas. I am an atheist. I don't believe in God, but I can see that these are not words of wisdom. These cannot be words of an infinitely large and complex source of the universe. These are words of hatred, anger, and negative human emotions. And to even fathom such barbarity on anyone, let alone your own uncle, shows that these are the words of a troubled, sad, and dangerous man.